Hello. Today I'm gonna talk about Dynamo. So Dynamo have a really good thing that you can work with Excel. For example, see here, I have an Excel sheet. This is Excel the numbers. So what I do is you can use the file path, what they call the file path, and you actually just enter a file, and they have all kind of nodes related with the file, and then you just use file path, and then you can browse it, you find it, and then this is just a path, okay, and then you want to turn this to a file to read it, so which is file from path. That's uh, really important, okay. So you have to have this so they can read it, and then we have Excel read from file tool, and you have to enter the sheet name in that file, and you want to make sure it's not strings, okay, is list. So and then we have a data with a list, and you will see like um, they are doing it by rows, okay. So this is the first list, the second list, third list, like that, okay. So each row is a list, and then what's that, so this is what they call it, because see here, it's a list, so it has, it's what they call nested list. So in a big list there are small lists. So basically what that means, so for example, get item at index, which means we here number one, which is we get the number one list, and if you look at it, which is the second row, okay, because the index is 0 1 2 3, right? So this is a really good important note, list, get index and get item at index. This is pretty cool. And then list slice is kind of like normal things like slice or something, and take index, well, you can use other tools, but this is just from start, how many you want to go, you want to find out. um, there's other tools, you just enter list. Well, I guess, see here, the list is in the core, and the plus sign is create list, and this sundering sign, which means the modification um, tools around the list. So you have use list as the input thing. So there's a lot of things, okay. List filter, this is another really important thing. It's like if, so um, like things like this, okay. Filter by boolean mask is also important. um, and then, but what's working with Excel, right? And then the other important tool is called list map. What it was is, it's like another level, because this is a nested list, right? So which what they do, list map is the fx is the function, okay, it's a tool, and this tool so they will apply this function and tool to each elements of the incoming list. If the element was a list, then they will apply um, to that function to the whole list. If the element is just one single item, then they just apply to one single item. Okay, so in this case, the incoming list is a list. Okay, each item is a list, so they will apply, get item at index to that single list. Okay, so if you want to see here, it turns out as for each list, they will see here, for each list they will get the first number of it. If I change this to 2, so they will get to, second. So things like this. Okay, so you understand that. But the one important thing you want to make sure is the incoming, see this is fx, since it's a function, so you don't have input, okay, list input. So it just parameters. Remember that, okay? They won't have a input in the functions, okay? The same with list add item to front. For example, I want to add these first new items string down here. So you just in the end you can see the output. So in the output, see here, you will add this item to all the lists, okay. Actually, this is a transposed one. If you want to look at this one. So you'll see here, the first item is all first new item, first new item, first new item, right? And transpose, what transpose can do is it's just like Excel transpose. So the first item, all the first item become one list, okay? Or the second become the other one. So you just transpose. It's really easy to understand, but just so you know, you can work with Excel and you can work with the list. That's I think it's a really strong thing in terms of Dynamo. Okay, working with the list data.